every second. But now, folks, you can get stimulated. Andrew Pek and Jeannine McGlade have come up with 5 habits to help you get out of your rut.
Our saviors.
Yes, guys, thank you for being here in Memphis this morning.
Thank you for
How
having
did
me.
we get in this rut, Jeannine, to begin with?
Well, you know, all of us get into unconscious routines, and really that's where it starts. And not that routines are bad, but we tend to get up and, you know, the same time every day. We go to work at the same place. We get there the same way. And it's those unconscious routines that keep us stuck that we need to shake up a little bit.
Okay, but a routine is very comfortable. You can deal with a routine. What happens, though, when the boss comes and says, I need you to do this and this and this and this, and then your 4-year-old says, Mommy, when's my birthday party? And then
Right.
you know, your coworker says, yeah.
Step up.
So routine seems kind of pleasant sometimes.
Right.
Well, we kind of say sometimes you have to comfort the afflicted, but then afflict the uncomfortable. You know?
Oh, okay.
You know, to kind of just shake it up, because we do get stuck. And to create that freshness, maybe you just drive to work a different way, or maybe pick up a magazine that you hadn't read before.
Really?
Just to kind of get you stimulated and get you thinking in new ways. This place that you're in, you know, for the show just helps you really feel invigorated. So just changing the place like that, we're really
that's why
I
you're
needed
so
to hear that.
creative.
Yes.
I
You
really
didn't know you were
needed- No, I
invigorated,
didn't
right?
know that. Not
We
until
are.
now, but now I do.
Well, see, now it's a routine.
Exactly.
There you
Yeah,
go.
5 years doing this. But emails, a lot of us get 200 some odd emails a day.
yeah.
The cell phones never stops ringing.
Right.
And again,
Right.
we're answering these emails, we're answering the phone calls, and we thought technology was going to make life easier, Jeannine, but it seems like it's complicated life even more so.
That's true. I mean, because not everything, of course, is important, but everything's urgent. When the phone's ringing, the BlackBerry's beeping, the emails are coming in, we don't know what to do first. So, you know, we talk a lot about managing your energy versus managing your time, and really trying to say, okay, where do I start? What's the first thing for me to do? And you're right. I mean, technology seems to have done that to us, but we're also a little bit addicted to it. So we've got to kind of step back and take a deep breath and see where we
Put
can begin.
boundaries around it.
Yeah.
How do you identify how you best manage your energy? Do you first have to look inward and say, okay, for this person, it might be okay to be in a crowd. For this person, got to have some quiet time. I mean, how do you do that?
Well, yeah, being conscious is really important, to be aware of what are the things that really stimulate you. Not everyone is going to need loud music, for example. Maybe you need quiet concentration in order for you to sort of get in touch with the ideas that you're kind of brewing and kind of percolating in your mind. So being self-aware is really important to unlock your creative mind.
Now, do I take the responsibility to do this, to somewhat clear the mind? Do I have to go to the boss, maybe in my own way, to say, listen, this is too much.
Right.
You know, back off a bit.
Right.
Without getting fired,
Yeah,
or without him
exactly.
saying we got a troublemaker.
We're going to back off a lot.
That's it.
Well, you know,
back out the door.
Yeah, see you later. Well, you know, you're absolutely right. I mean, I think it's a combination. Certainly if our leaders and the people that we work for give us permission, it's easier. But it does need to start with us. I mean, each of us can do little things every day. We say start small. Don't feel like you have to change your world or the world, you know, right away. But at least try first to see what things you can do to shake it up a little bit so that you feel better every day. And then you might approach your boss gently.
Yeah, maybe it starts with just a crazy tie, just to get you in the right mood.
I could do that. And if it doesn't work, and if you don't see me tomorrow on the show,
no.
I guess it didn't work at all.
Is that one of the 5 things?
Well, it's really, venturing is one of the things we talk about, is taking a risk. How many of us have had, one time or another, a great idea, but we just thought, oh, it's never going to work, or everyone's going to think I'm silly.
Right.
You know, you have to just follow some of those impulses and just take the risk, venture into the unknown.
Okay, now you keep talking about creativity, and I'm picturing, what about, and I know I'm going to get the calls, okay?
I can't wait to hear this. Let me sit up so we can take this in. Go ahead.
And his number is, what about an accountant? And not to say accountants are not creative, but if you're in a business that you don't think of as creative, what's all this engage your creativity?
Well, it's a great question, because first of all, there's certain people that don't think they're creative, and we actually disagree. We think everybody is creative in some way, because we all have challenges to solve, and it's a matter of how we go about it. So even in accounting, which seems like, well, you know, 2 + 2 is kind of always 4.
Right.
But there are ways
you can't mess
you
with
can't
that
mess
a
with
whole
that,
lot.
right? There's not much we can do there. But in how we do things, you know, it doesn't have to be the end result necessarily, but how we go about being just more playful. We talk about that in the book. You know, accountants can be more playful in how they engage with one another, so that they can come up with new ideas for new systems or processes or what have you, or just being able to have more fun at work. So even the seemingly more, you know, kind of regular routine type jobs, you can really shake it up a little bit and be more stimulated.
So for a job like that, though, do we need more passion or do we need more creativity? Which one helps a little bit more?
Well, we'd say both, actually. I mean, creativity in terms of coming up with new ideas so that you can solve problems, but the passion is kind of the fuel that gives you that motivation. There's the will that has to also go along with that.
So if you're a boss in, let's say, one of those stereotypically not so creative environments, what do you do? Come in with confetti one day? And I mean,
well, it's not always streamers and not always streamers and balloons, but maybe you do something
once
like
in a while.
That's right. You just liven the workforce and try to get you thinking in different ways. Because if you go into those routines that we talk about, you're going to start to produce the same old results.
Cool.
So Andrew, you're saying maybe one of these days I come into work wearing hair extensions.
There you go.
Perfect.